Welcome to episode 97. Today's guest is Coach Mill, also known as @BallersChoice1 on Twitter. He runs the top recruiting service in the nation, and over the years has worked with hundreds of All-Americans. Coach Mill, thank you for joining me on the show. How are you doing today?
We good. How you doing, Luke? What's going on? Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, glad to have you on. I'm doing very well, so I'm really excited to talk to you. First off, I'm curious, what's your story? What's your background coming into working with these athletes and arranging camps now, setting up these kinds of things? But what's your story? What's been leading into that for you?
Man, my story, been doing this a long time out in Chicago, Illinois, all through Illinois. So it started in Illinois, and everything just catapulted. I've been doing this over 20 years, helping kids, helping their brand, helping them build their brand. Everything just been just rolling. So started out in Chicago, doing a lot of things with Michael Jordan, with the Jordan brand. I was Michael Jordan's lookalike, so I used to do a lot of stuff with MJ when I was coming up 12 years old in Chicago. So started a platform there. I always coached kids, and everything just led into the day. So I was the commissioner for Chicagoland out there for the whole Illinois, and put a lot of kids in college out there, train a lot of kids, train a lot of Hall of Famers. So the endless list opportunities just came, and I was always doing camps, won nationals. I don't know how many Super Bowl championships out there for the Little League for Pop Warner. And one of my biggest things out there in Chicago, everybody know about the Naperville Patriots. They was the top national team for 5 years around the country. And we dethroned them and beat them. And that led to a 13-0 season. My son, Chief Borders, number one 2021 athlete in the country, who's committed to Florida, who's already at Florida, 17 years old, was on that team. So there's a lot of history coming up, and it's just here we are today. So I'm the most winningest coach in Chicagoland history. As far as football and basketball, because I coach basketball as well. Big up to Impact Basketball with Coach Foster. And we won the Beta Classic for the girls out there. That was he was something he was trying to do for 27 years, and I came in. I was head coach for the 17U girls, and we had a bunch of girls that we just put together an awesome team, and I had been winning with these girls. I told these girls, I said, I don't care if you're 12 years old, 13. So I had some girls on the team that was actually 13 years old, 3 girls 13 years old. And we went and beat up on them 17 girls. And a lot of them girls was going D1. So got a lot of coaching accomplishments in my young career. Let's go.
Awesome. Okay. That is a loaded answer. Lots to unpack. First off, you mentioned it. I want to dive into it for a second. You were Michael Jordan's lookalike growing up? I mean,
all day.
How did that come about? Describe that experience.
I was at a gas station. Like 11 years old. I was going to the gas station. I was tall then at that age. I was almost like 6'1" then. So I'm 6'4" today. So I walk in a gas station, Shell gas station. I remember like it was yesterday. And the guy saw me. He was like, man, you walk, you got a bald head. You know, you look good, man. Anybody ever tell you look like Michael Jordan? I said, yeah, I get that all the time. Man, you like MJ. He said, man, I'm doing this thing out of Chicago. And he was just like, man, you think you can any way you could be part of this show. We're doing a big show down there with these lookalikes. And he was just like, could you talk to your parents about, maybe they possibly. So he gave me his number. I talked to my mom about it, my dad. They gave me the green light, and had one of my family members took me, and the rest was history.
Wow. Okay.
Things around Chicago and a few other places as being Michael Jordan's lookalike when I was a shorty.
Awesome. Okay, and then another thing you've mentioned, your son Chief Borders. He's going to Florida. Let's talk about him for a second.
With Florida, just finished his first semester, and big ups to Chief. And he's playing outside linebacker there. And right now he is the sack leader. He has 9 sacks on the season in 3 games for the scrimmage games, and just keeping everything quiet. But Hey, Chief's doing his thing out there in Florida, and he's the second leading tackle on the team as far as the scrimmages right now. But Chief is out there. He's excelling. He's going to be all right at Florida. I'm waiting on the season to come.
For sure. I know off air we've talked about Chief a good bit. I know there's some expectations for him at Florida. A lot of people are very interested in his game. So just your thoughts on his beginning there. I mean, what are you expecting to see from Chief? What are you looking for?
Well, when you can't walk through the hall at Florida and all the coaches is talking about and diving in on your kid and just saying how he's just a phenomenal kid, like he's been there 7 years. He's a true journeyman. He comes there with his hard hat home every day, ready to play. And he loves football. He's ready to execute. He's ready to learn. He's a leader. And I'm just, man, the coaches they rave about him so much. And I just want him to just keep handling his business and having fun. And he keep having fun, he'll live up to everybody else's expectations, including his own. Just have fun playing the game, what you love. And, he's a diehard student for the books as well. So he's a biology major. And, down the road, we'll see what he becomes, So we'll see. But Chief is definitely all 6'5", 240, ready to ball out. I don't care if it's on the offensive side or the defensive side of the ball. Big things coming in Florida. Watch out.
No doubt. And I'm curious, one more follow-up on that.
Dan Mullen gave him his number 36.
Okay.
Yeah, so when he says, oh, no, Chief is 36, that's my number. So Dan gave him his number 36. And I'm quite sure down the line, y'all be hearing a lot more about why Chief wear 36. That's all I'm going to say.
Awesome. Okay, and I'm curious for you as a dad. You've got all this experience in sports, been working in it for a long time. You've seen a lot of success. Now your son comes along. He is a dynamic athlete. You've got him through the process. You guys are big in sports together. What was that experience like for you?
Crazy thing is, like, he has older cousins. He has older brothers. He has older uncles, play NFL, NBA. So Chief is being a baby. He has seen so much structure. He has seen so many. He's seen the good times. He's seen the bad times. He's seen the smiles and he's seen the tears. So he has a total recollection of everybody else past. So he's bringing it to his present, and he failure is not an option for Chief. It's just not. It won't happen. God is good all the time. Amen to God. And Chief is just gonna be. I think he's really just set back, and me as well, being a dad, and watch everybody else that I brought up, and it's his turn. So it's just like being that doctor, PhD, everything in the field, and you just pumping everything into, hey, this like, man, this Chief, this the baby now. So it's just so many people rooting for him. It's just like, it's crazy. It's so many of my coaches around the country just rooting for him from everywhere. Every university in the you name it, from Alabama to Clemson to Georgia to Florida, of course, to Stanford. I mean, I have relationships with every university. I can call any university in the country. Somebody gonna pick up the phone. What up, Coach Mill? And they gonna say, man, how Chief doing? I guarantee every call gonna be like, how nephew doing? How nephew? And that's what it is. He's been around so much, and so many people seen him since birth with Pampers. Say, man, he gonna be special. And big ups to Chief. That's all I can say. That's what it is. He's surrounded by a great nucleus of other staff and supporters, and that's what they are. Honestly, they're part of the staff.
He's made it happen. So props to him. Very happy about his success and everything that you've gone through, experience with him, all the awesome moments that you've had, especially lately with him now being at Florida. One of the key words that you mentioned in your open about the story and where you've come from, what you're doing now, is brand and brand building. Here in the 21st century, everyone's got social media, especially athletes. They want to build their brand. They look around for people to help them. You're one of the biggest ones building brands, but also doing a lot of other things for athletes as well. So to dive into that, what do you offer in terms of athletes come to you, parents come to you, and you're going to work with them, you're going to help them out? What's the process like? How does it go?
So the process goes, it's just always word of mouth. Baller's Choice is the brand, and we are a national recruiting service. We do everything from A to Z. Our mission statement is just, it explains nothing too big, nothing too small. We gonna get over any mountain. We don't care. We got a kid, got a 1.7, and that kid come to us, and we gonna love on that kid. We had a kid come in our program, had a 1.7 GPA. Parents said, ain't no way in the heck. They had gave up on him. So one of the uncles reached out and said, man, coach, I know y'all did great things with this kid. Man, I got another kid. Man, the kid just, one of the things, he had no dad. Mom was doing the best she could. And we came in, took the kid in 1.7, and just got a great mentorship program through all all the rest of my colleagues. And we turned that kid around and took him to summer school that year, had 3 A's. He started seeing A's. He said, Coach, I never had A's. This man always done had D's and C's, a few F's, and we started turning him around. And he was a junior at that time. We turned that kid around. We have a great program, like I said, and got him enrolled and got a chance to knock out all them bad grades, the D's, the F. Where he was at, they allowed him to retake all the classes. And this kid wind up in a year and a half, got a 3.1 and big time D1 scholarship. Not gonna put his business out, but that's the type of work that we do. And we definitely build a brand of kids and understand how to build value to every brand. Branding power is king. And coming July 1st, Florida will be the first university in the country to able to market and brand, and the kid could get paid for their likeness and branding and marketing. So big ups to Florida. So marketing and branding is going to be the new thing for college athletes cross country. So high schoolers, get yourself together. Watch how you presenting yourself on social media. Don't be out here get caught doing no dumb stuff with no red coat, no smoking. Your boy, you ain't smoking, but your boy's smoking. You in the video, you smoking. You in the video, you dumb, you smoking. I done had a red cup. Your red cup was on the floor at the time, huh? So don't be guilty by association. So, and that's what we're about. We're about, so when parents come to me, they understand what they're giving. They usually be like, hey, give us your kid. Because most of the time, kids done turn deaf on their parents anyway. So they need to hear something from us. We're very with the culture. We understand the culture. We understand what the kids like. Hey, you gotta boss it. You still gotta dumb it down to where they at. And then they'll respect you even more. And that's what we are, very unique position in kids' lives when we come in. We demand the respect. We're gonna give it, but we're gonna demand it. And that's what we demand. We demand the respect, and we get it. We get it.
Definitely. Now, when you look around at the specifics of the branding, even the NLI thing or the NIL things that are coming in with the bills where the athletes are going to be able to start benefiting, you talk about brands. What are your tips for athletes, whether they're in high school, they're in college now, they're coming up through this process, they're either getting into the NCAA or already are in it? What are your thoughts, your tips for these guys when it comes to the branding, to go a little deeper?
I really don't want to give no tips out because that's part of the recruiting platform. So if you want tips, you could go ahead and reach on out to 470-422-2138. That's 470-422-2138. And we got all the tips right there. So, we're going to be putting out some platforms here and now, some little teasers, as we call them. But we can help you right there at right here at Baller's Choice with any entity and need of marketing and branding tips as being a shorty. So I want to answer that just like that.
Perfect.
But it is keep your brand clean. Keep your brand clean. And keeping it clean means, like I just said, hey, do not be guilty by association. That's it.
Awesome. Now, I'm curious about the recruiting world constantly changing. I know you're big, right in the middle of it, and you will be in the middle of it a little later this month in Villa Rica, Georgia. We'll talk about that with your Hotlist camp. but lots of recruiting going on. The environment has been changing a good bit over the years, the way that teams and players go about things, especially with social media coming to be a big part of the deal. So your perspective on recruiting, how do you see it now in terms of how it's changed? What have been some of the biggest benefits that you've seen for your athletes of the current environment?
Hey, the current environment is the pandemic has really changed in a global response for everybody to understand, reinvent the wheel to make everything happen different. Like right this past year, all the 21s were right here. This was your interview. You know, you were not allowed to go visit no campus. You know, so it was no up close and personal. This was up close and personal as it got. So this was our handshake. So it's like, okay, you want to come here? Okay, let's handshake right now. Everything was done on Zoom meetings. Everything was done. However you did it was Zoom or something else, some type of channel of we was live, Skype, whatever, how it was. So wasn't no home visits and seeing if mom and daddy doing something that ain't got no business in the house, or if you doing something you ain't got no business in the house. Because a lot of psychological values were taken because of the pandemic. So it wasn't no going into the, you get that feel. So I've been on a lot of home visits with some of the top coaches in the country. You know, I've done home visits. Coach said, I need you to pop up on so-and-so. Knock on the door. Hey, how you doing? Okay. How you doing? Blah, blah. Coach, okay, yeah, I'm here. I represent, blah, blah, okay. Go in the house, make sure everything is, sometimes, we do pop-ups, random pop-ups, just to want to see what the kid is doing. We trying to catch you to slip up, be honest with you. We want to make sure that no coach is going to blow $1 million scholarship because you're not on your P's and you're not on your Q's. So it's like, now it's just like so much stuff. Coaches took chances. University took chances. You taking a chance. If you know you're a stellar athlete, a stellar person, you got your grades. You could be an athlete and a dumb as I don't know what. So make sure your grades, get your grades. Grades is king. And that was one thing that's been big on this pandemic. You either going to see a kid flourish or fall. You're going to see them flourish or fall. So that's just crazy. So you're going to see them flourish or fall. So, nobody was like, okay, like right now, everybody's setting up their camps, to go say, okay, man, I'm out here, and you get 5 a year, and it was just bad. Nobody got a chance to visit campus and get official visits. So your official visit was right here. hey, coaches that when they committed, they did a celebration Zoom. I was on some celebration Zoom calls with commitment parties. It's crazy. Kids can't step on the campus, couldn't breathe, couldn't feel the air, couldn't feel the vibe. So it's going to be a lot of shakeup because a lot of kids that did not get a chance to actually step on campus. It could get hard. It could get hard because coaches could put on a very good facade, and kids can too. So we're gonna see what happens. But like Stanford was doing January visits, and they see now they got to get in the runnings. So now they pushed up everything up to June now too. They're like, no, Coach Shaw like, no, we got to get in the mix. Because first Stanford was like, we can't do no business until January. I got so many kids calling like, Coach, just talk to such and such, just talk to Stanford, just talk to Eubanks, just talk to Lance. Man, they said we can come in June. So big ups to Stanford for getting with what's going on. The culture has changed. And the culture is not going to stop for nobody. It's either you get with it or get ran over. Get ran by. Beep, beep, bye. But that's what's going on with the new recruiting tools.
How would you describe the current culture, as you say, of what it is like right now for these athletes, for people that maybe aren't as in tune with it as maybe you are?
Kids know that value these days. It's a lot of kids that understand that value, especially when they're with Baller's Choice. We make them understand their brand is power. And the coaches, a lot of coaches, a lot of kids. It's a lot of good coaches, but there's a lot of coaches out here that lie. They tell kids what they want, and we about the kids. I love all the coaches, and there's a lot of great coaches. I deal with a lot of great coaches all day long, but it's some places out there it get dark, and I be like, I don't know, but and the kids smell the BS. And you can't be like back in the days, hey, coach say whatever word he say out of his mouth, you believe it was golden. The kids these days, they like, no, we funnel through the BS. So you gotta get with the culture. You can't be up here and say, oh yeah. They gonna be like, I'm not coming to your university. So that's why, real talk, you gotta be more straight and direct with these kids, and They have really grown up. A lot of coaches. A lot of these young guys, these kids, they get it. They train. They're busting their butt. They're getting technically sound. And then they see the coaches. They talk the language as well. I got all my kids know how to write on the board. I don't care if it's 3-4, 5-3. Whatever you run in a 4-3 rover, whatever you run it, they know all X's and O's. That's another thing about Baller's Choice. We teach X's and O's. All my quarterbacks, hey, I'm at them. Hey, big ups to all the 707. I was out there yesterday, and the Ducks came out there. And I put together, brought some kids out there. They won the whole thing yesterday, and the whole thing is these kids, they understand the value. They understand the value of 707. So they understand a lot of games got canceled. We use a lot of 707 film this year. That's part of the culture as well. We use a lot of 707 film to get offers. Oh, coach is calling me, coach, I need you to go record such and such. I need you to record such and such. How did he do? And big ups to Coach Saban. Big ups to Coach Saban. Coach Saban went out nationally and said, any coach ain't doing 707, hey, you slow. Get with the culture. But then I got coaches say, oh, we don't like 707. I'm telling you right now, you're stupid. If you don't like 707, you're stupid. You shouldn't even be coaching. It's the culture. Coach Saban, the GOAT, says 707. Get with it. Because you're going to get ran by. Change your thinking. It got to go. But you wondering why kids ain't staying at your school. Kids loving on you and you ain't loving back because you're too stupid and stuck in your ways. Get out of your way of your own self. That's the problem with a lot of coaches. They are in the way of their own self. Get out your own way. Hey, if you didn't go with the culture, that means we'll still be playing tapes. You'll get in a car, got a tape deck. Think you got a tape deck. Ain't no tape deck in cars no more. And that's a lot of y'all think like that. Got to change you got to change your culture. And it's all right. Because you'll become a better you. We all got to grow.
Let's dive into that 7-on-7 real quick here. What's important about the 7-on-7 film? Why has that become a part of the culture now?
Man, it's just huge because the quarterback play, it's all skill. There's a lot of skill play. Your outside linebackers get a chance to work. Your middle, you call brown. You call blue coverage, you call green coverage, you call yellow coverage, you call purple. If we calling combos 2-to-1, we checking robber. It's just so many concepts that kids can start understanding and saying, wow, that's why we do that. That's why we hit and we get to the flats, curl the flat. Man, it's just so unique about how you understand safeties to understand how to run underneath, how to stay on top of routes. And we can show busted coverages. That's why 707 is so important. Everything ain't done in the trenches. Now, those skill guys, boy, your secondary is everything. Your secondary, everything. Them corners got to be able to play ball, got to be able to check their response. Middle linebackers got to read, see what they seeing how, okay, he moving. Okay, he motioned him. Okay, play pop. So that's what 707. It just makes our kids think faster. And then when we in them super tournaments, That 4-second clock turns to 3 seconds. Oh yeah.
There you go.
Oh yeah. We got a 3-second clock going. So that means that quarterback, that dang on, they got to push them routes. Hey, I need you to get out. Come on. Hey, ball flying in 2 seconds. So hey, I need 25 yards in 2 seconds because that ball flying. See, people got to understand that's why we run the 40s. That's why we run the 40s. That's why the 40s are so important. 40s are so important because that's what goes on with the 40s. And if you break down the 40s, you'll understand it all equivalents. Honestly, it goes to 707. It's all adds up to 707. That's why when you break down running the 20, your 10s, your 20s, it's all going to add up to football. 707. You're playing 5-man, 3-man, 2-man, which is one-on-ones. It's all going to equivalent to football, and it's like different phases. That's why I love 707. You break it down to one phase, 2 phase, 3 phase. That's the beautiful thing of, and it's coaching. You get a chance to coach, and you get a chance to understand the process of yourself. And like I say, big ups to all the coaches that support 707. And I'm sorry for all the teams I beat out there and won nationals. I don't even coach no more. But we had a great time when I was coaching it. It felt like old times. I went out there last Sunday and I played one of my coaches that he was a DC, and we won nationals together. So love it. I'm just a competitive vulture.
Well, that's awesome. That's
Coach
part of why
he loves 707. Big ups to Coach Kevin Sumlin, first coach in college history to ever put up 7,000 plus yards in a single season. SEC Coach of the Year, and did win the Heisman with Johnny Manziel. So big ups to Coach Sumlin as well.
Well, let's talk about Coach Sumlin. You're going to have him in Villa Rica, Georgia. You've got a Hotlist camp. Baller's Choice has got their name, their footprint all over this camp here. You're behind it. There you go. You've got the flyer right there. Kevin Sumlin's going to be there. He's one of your featured guys. Tell me about how this got organized, what's going on. Break it down for us.
I always send Uncle Sumlin. I always send him a lot of kids all the time. All the conventions, the Africa convention. I'm just always plugged in. God just he put our hearts together and say, man, let's do something. He turned down a lot of coaching jobs this year. He could have went to the NFL, could have went anywhere. A lot of people like, man, Coach Sumlin, he mentors a lot of coaches. Sark is one of his guys. He does a lot of mentors. Sark, people don't know. A lot of people don't. Sumlin is just that guy. And we're gonna have Sumlin on the show coming up this week as well, because he was doing Derby this past weekend, just hanging out. But we're gonna get him on the show, so he will be on the show. And Sumlin is just dope. Like, he is just so freaking genius. Played at Purdue, played linebacker, he's a wide receiver. He did quarterback. Like, people don't know this man was a freak athlete. He ran 4.3, could run. And he's still in excellent shape to this day. He still works with everybody. He does, like Breeze, he does all the Saints, bring him in. Mahomes, he works with Andy Reid, name it. Saban tried to bring him in and say, man, hey, come on over here with us. Come on. Saban know what he was doing. Hey, hey, let's go. So Sumlin is he's going to come in. We're going to kill the game. You already know it's going to be offers on deck. Kids will be getting offered at the camp. Very unique camp. We got 100 right now. 102 All-Americans already coming. The list is just crazy. Mikael Williams will be at the camp. Jerron Willis, Caleb Downs, Richard Young, Jalen Hale, Zion Steptoe, AJ Swan, number one receiver in the 22 class, TikTok King Evan Stewart at Ethan Nation, lockdown corner at the camp. What up, nephew? And the list just keeps going on and on and on. So this camp is going to be so major. Coach Sumlin is going to be doing quarterbacks, wide receivers, floating around. He's going to do a lot of everything. So it's just we got the coaching seminar from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. and that is May 16th, Sunday, May 16th. That's going to be the kickoff. And then we got the private on the 15th, which we are taking 16 per position, and you're going to get some hands-on training with Coach Sumlin, myself, and we just happy to be doing this for these kids. They're going to be up close and personal with, one of the GOATs, greatest of all time, Coach Kevin Sumlin. And man, I can't say it, Clay Mack, we got Clay Mack in the building, #1 trainer for the DBs in the country, Jamal Adams, and the list just goes on. Clay Mack, he's always on the ESPN network, the NFL network for the combine. They always have him on there. He's always getting kids ready for the combine. Man, another GOAT. And we got Coach Quay. He has Darren, who's the #1 tight end wide receiver in the country, who's at the Oakland Raiders. So he'll be in the building. And we just got a ton. D. Reed, Super Bowl champ D. Reed, gonna be doing linebackers, D linemen. It's just crazy. D. Reed had the hardest hit on Monday Night Football, just smacker. So he's gonna be coming in, putting that work in. Coach Evan in the building. We just got a stellar list. Margin Hooks, wide receivers. Margin Hooks, come on, Margin Hooks. If you know, Margin Hooks is the #1 wide receiver trainer in the country, like everywhere. They fly him in. All the NFL teams fly him in. So, man, he works with everybody from, and I can't even say it, it's crazy. So, and he has currently got 18 All-Americans this year alone. Like, and we just rolling. We got middle linebacker. It's gonna be a great. We have been blessed to put together a great, stellar coaching staff. And yours truly, Coach Mill, will be getting at it as well. I do this.
Oh, yeah, we know that.
So Coach Kevin,
for sure.
Big ups to Coach Sumlin. Let's go.
I know, that was a big get. You landing all these guys coming in to coach. I mean, players specifically, speak to them now. What can they gain coming into this camp? I mean, talking to them, what specifically is there?
Man, players, you're gonna gain. Coach TJ Top Chef, who TJ he does a lot of the NFL guys, wide receiver coach. Him and Steph. We got Trent gonna come in and do work. So you're gonna gain just so much knowledge. And, I tell everybody this. I don't care where you train at. You're always gonna learn something. You can learn something from any coach, and we're talking about all these coaches that we're bringing in. They're trainers. They're people just like you, and they've been around forever. So the conversation is just different. It's different, So you're talking about these gentlemen have been doing it for, 20 years. Clay Mack been doing it 20 years. Like, he's a legend. So when you're talking to a younger DB coach, the conversation is going to be different. Because Clay Mack going to talk GOAT talk. It's just different. It's just going to be different. It's just like Michael Jordan. When Michael Jordan talk, it's different. So you talk DB language, when Clay Mack talk, it's just going to be different. It's just what it is. And there's no bragging rights. It's just two different conversations. It's just like, man. And I think the problem is some of these trainers don't be asked questions. Because you got to get better yourself. I'm gonna ask questions. Where I got, man, having the #1 recruiting service in the country by asking questions, building relationships. Everybody say, man, from every university, man, coach, love the way you get it in. You ask plenty of questions, blah, blah, blah. I love the way you educate as well. I'm like, man, I learn from everybody. I'm gonna learn from a 1-year-old. I learn from anyone. And I think that's the problem, like with a lot of coaches and trainers, you in the way of yourself. Get out the way of yourself. Come on out, and we all iron sharpen iron. Iron sharpen iron. So that's the reason to get to this camp, because it's just so serious, Big ups to Eric Richards, FBU. I've been with FBU forever. Been with a lot of people don't know my background. Me and Eric Richards with the All-American game, Adidas. So my word goes a long way with Eric. a long way. You know, I'm one of the guys. You know, I make a lot of things happen. I ain't got to talk about it. Big ups to Steve Wilfone, 24/7, the director. You already know. Let's go, Steve. I will see you on the 16th. Matter of fact, I'm gonna see you on the 15th and the 16th. So let's go. Put it out there. I'm putting it out there. So Steve, let's go. Steve Wilfone. Me and Steve Wilfone go back 20 years. We've been doing it before he was the director. It's been my man. When it was you know, he used to be out there a road race chasing kids. Coach, I need to plug on him, Coach. So me and Steve, you ever get a chance to talk to Steve, he'll tell you me and him got a very unique relationship. Been supporting Steve forever. He's always support me. He respects when I say something about a kid. Say, Coach, this kid needs to have blah blah blah. Oh, you need to look at this kid, and he know that I know my stuff. Steve know I know my stuff, and Steve know his stuff. So it's unique. You know, you're coming. We gonna have man. It's just gonna be so much opportunity for these kids. You know, they're gonna get great interviews. Your relationship, you work with ESPN. It's just so much stuff that we bring into the table, and it's all about building brand and power and building each other and supporting each other. You know, that's why we here. I'm on the show. Let's go.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Glad to have you.
That's why I come to the camp. That's why I build your brand right here on the Wednesday show right here. That's why. Let's go.
Exactly. Now, you talk about the camp being unique. We've mentioned a lot of things about it that there's no other camps in the country that are doing what you do. But if you could pinpoint one thing or one aspect of the environment that you think will be most unique about this camp here in Villa Rica, May 16th, what do you see it as? What do you think it'll be?
Another unique thing. I'm part of this.
Okay. Let's talk about it.
The GOAT. That's the GOAT. Tom Lemon. Very dear to me, man. Do a lot with Tom. Tom drives across the country. He don't fly across the country. He drives every inch of the dang on country and stops at every school in the country. And we always looking for diamond in the rough kids. You know, that's another thing. I'm looking for the diamond in the rough. That's why I come to the camp. There's going to be a lot of All-Americans there, but I'm looking for the next All-American. I'm looking for the nobodies. I'm looking for who want to build your brand. Oh, yeah, I'm like Kyle Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton was ranked 2,628 in the country. No one knew about him. All-American, Notre Dame safety, Kyle Hamilton. I took care of Kyle Hamilton's recruiting. Was not ranked, no nothing. Got involved. My boy told me about him. I've been doing about Cal. Just been sitting back. And me and Pop, he's like, man, my son ain't getting over, man. So one of my bros brought him in, and I got Cal just start handling the business. Like, man, this kid made you know what I'm saying? I start talking about you, that means you're somebody. So I started talking about him, ears said, wow, Coach Mill talking about this kid. I know it's something. Man, I'm like, this kid's 6'4" and a half, jump out the gym, play basketball, daddy play pro. Hey, usually if something like that, the kid is got potential to do something. And that right here it was there. And when I seen him, I said, man, so got a chance, chopped up his film, did a little twist, sent it out. Coach was like, man, this kid. I said, this kid is going to be the number one safety. We had already picked the number one safety already. I said, this kid going to be better than him. Coach, he better than him? I said, Kyle Hamilton's going to be better than him. Hey, Kyle had a spectacular season, and the rest is history. Took him from all the way being ranked nothing to 5 stars to number one safety in that class. And that's how I work. I'm looking for the diamond in the rough. I'm looking for the next Kyle Hamilton. I'm looking for that. I'm looking for the next Kyle Hamilton. I always look. I can keep going down the line. You know, the 2-star running backs at Ohio State, they my kids. You know,
nice.
Travion Henderson. Everybody would sleep on him. You know, big ups to his teammate at Hopewell, Ron Webster. Put me on him. Big Ron. Big ups to Big Ron and Lil Ron. Lil Ron is at Mississippi State now. So big ups to them. He was like, man, Coach, my running back ain't getting no respect. And I seen this kid, I'm like, oh, okay. Hey, we made it, got him the number one. But they earn it though. So that's why I'm just saying these stories are all about diamond in the rough kids that was just trying to get opportunities just like you. Your opportunity lies at the Hotlist Camp. Right there. We got all the media, 247, rivals, right here. Luke Weinstein show. You already know he's Luke just a quiet assassin. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, Luke.
Thank you.
You know, so we got so many guys, entities just plugged in. Corey Fravel. It's just gonna be so much opportunity. We got so many kids and coaches coming from all out of state, overseas coming. We got a lot of kids coming out to this camp, you know, and people, y'all, you know, the Hotlist Camp mean it's gonna go. This list is gonna go to every coach in the country. So when you walk through the doors at any camp, that Hotlist Camp is gonna be right there. That list's gonna be right there. That list's gonna be right there. So
okay,
yeah, that's what it is. So walk in the camp with somebody. Get your name on the Hotlist Camp.
Now, when guys come in the door, like you said, you've got coaches there. We can assume probably a lot of Power Fives, right? And then you'll have it filmed as well. So the film goes out to everybody. So now that's part of your adapting to the culture. So coming in, I mean, looking at that side of it, the recruiting, what type of attention are you expecting from the coaches across the country on this camp? How much focus will it get?
Okay, listen. We got a unique way of the way we do our camps. And we will, like I say, don't be surprised who you see at the camp. That's all I'm going to say. Surprised who you see at the camp. Offers on deck. Virtual. So this camp is all live feed. So we'll be a live feed going around everywhere. So we will have the live feed going. Everybody will be video. It's gonna be a big deal, y'all, the way we're doing this thing. Just not trying to. I'm not gonna put the platform out, but come see us. It's gonna be a very unique platform. It's gonna be a very unique platform the way we're doing this. Very, very unique. Well, nothing.
Awesome.
Everything will be televised. For now,
that sounds great. I'm like, man.
That camera. I know he gonna have a couple cameras with him. We gonna be, it's gonna be fun. We just got, let's go. Let's go.
Every time I think it can't get better, you say something more, and I'm like, all right, you know, you're selling us here.
Hey, I'm telling you, this camp right here. People are gonna walk and say, "Coach, you see who's at the camp? Coach, dang." Mama's gonna be like, "Oh, we gonna have the parent seminar with Coach Sumlin. That's gonna be from 12 to 1:15. He's gonna speak to the parents. I'm gonna speak to the parents. We have a stellar seminar for the parents. We all listen. We're raffling. We're gonna raffle off a pair of the new 11s, the retro 11s for Jordan. Big ups to Jordan. Big ups to Team Jordan. No, big ups. So we gonna be raffling off a pair of them Jordans. So it's one of the campers. I don't care who it is. Somebody gonna leave that with a pair of retro 11s. So we giving away a pair of retro 11s. So one lucky camper. And then the unique thing about this camp, make the Hotlist Camp, but at the end of the camp, we doing 7-on-7. So we got the super team. The super team. And I'm talking about, them jerseys we got, they look pretty dang on good. I'm talking about, these jerseys are just crazy. Look at them jerseys.
Oh, nice. They look good.
Slime
Especially
Squad. They go to Slime Squad.
Oh, there you go.
So everybody, they go to Sheesh Squad. Let's go.
All right.
Yeah. So you know, then like I say, yours truly, Super Bowl champ. You already see him, Marvin Harris. You see who in the middle, Tony Dungy.
D. Reed.
Ooh, D. Reed.
There it is.
Oh, we gonna have big ups to Dwight Johnson, New York Giants at the camp. So we just gonna gonna have a lot of fun. And I mean, we're gonna this camp is just gonna commit to everybody. And then we gotta have team drip.
Drip squad.
Oh, drip squad in the building. So that's what's gonna make. At the end, we're gonna take 3 teams, super teams, best of the best. If you don't play good, you ain't making it. I don't care if Evan Stewart come to the camp and he stank it up. He won't be on a super team. We looking for the diamond in the rough. I want the best of the best. I don't care who you are. If Richard Young come to the camp, which he is coming to the camp, so Richard Young, the number 1 2023 athlete in the country, if he come, he stank the camp up, he won't be on a super team. But I doubt if that happens seriously because Rich like that. Evan Stewart like that,
Yep.
So we looking for Quentin Ewers to pop in the camp. Number 1, you already know, number 1 quarterback. But we got a lot of other quarterbacks gonna be in the building. All the other top quarterbacks. We'll be in Bryce Archie in the building. Singleton in the building. AJ in the building. And the list just go on. I mean, we got a lot of people coming to this camp, man. A lot of kids coming. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Chief will be at the camp hanging out. My son, my baby, Chief Borders will be at the camp. Denali Morissette, one of the top kids.
UGA now.
Yeah, Georgia. So he'll be at the camp. He's one of my kids as well. So we got a lot of kids that would be at Daniel. You already know Daniel coming. Daniel, saying my boy Daniel will be at the camp. E97, Caleb Downs, and the list just keeps just running. It's gonna keep going and keep going. So Sam Ibake, nephew, I will see you at the camp. Let's go.
Friend of the show as well.
You name it, they'll be there. That's all I'm saying. You name it, they'll be there. AJ Harris, there. We doing it.
Oh yeah.
I just can't say the camp is gonna be a great. We just really just gonna have a lot of fun. Gonna eat good. You're gonna learn a lot. Everybody will take something better from themselves on this day. Everybody, including myself. I'm gonna learn so much more about me that day. I can't wait. And that's what it's all about. Culture. Us sharpening each other. Iron sharpening iron. That's what it's about. No.
Yeah, you guys create a great culture. You've got a great event coming May 16th, Villa Rica, Georgia, Hotlist Camp. We'll have the link in the bio for anybody who wants to check it out, find more information. Coach Mill at Baller's Choice on Twitter. Thank you so much for joining me on the show. It's been great to have you.
Thank you, Luke, and pleasure, and see you soon. See you at the Hotlist Camp. You already know May 15th is the private, and Sunday, May 16th is the big camp, and coach seminar 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., and we will be on the field having a ball. Come get offered. Let's go. Get better.